Hi, y'all, and welcome back to PoE Beginner School, the series made for brand new exiles. I'm Sugar. In this lesson, we'll talk about some tips to get the most out of your first act. As soon as you kill the first zombie, change your left click to move only instead of default attack. This keeps your character moving when a mob shows up under your cursor, and your right click skill will default to basic attack anyway if you run out of mana. Speaking of mana, using your flasks is very important, so remember to activate them. The best way to kill the unique enemy is to keep moving and circle around him, stopping only to hit. Your character will start with a single damage skill and support gem, but once you get to town, you're free to choose something else. Stick to one damage skill at a time. You do not need to keep your damage skill in your weapon. In fact, it's better to move it to an armor piece, because you should be upgrading your weapon most often while leveling. Your damage skill should be linked to a support gem that adds to or scales its damage somehow. You can use the skill's tags to find its damage types, and support gems also show a green check for each skill that they can support. In order for a support gem to work, it must be in a socket that is connected by gold links to the socket that the skill itself is in. You do not need to fill every socket in your gear. It's normal to have lots of open sockets. Most characters should have a blink movement skill. These allow you to jump across terrain and dash quickly away from incoming attacks. They are Frost Blink, Flame Dash, Blink Arrow, and Dash, and they become available at level 4 or 10. So pick one up and socket it in. Gearing in PoE can be complicated, but at this point the stats you should look for are movement speed on boots, damage on your weapon, life and resistance on everything else. I would recommend extra cold resistance to survive the boss Merveil's fight. There is a great vendor recipe for a cold resistance ring. Just sell a normal iron ring and a blue gem together for a sapphire ring. By the end of Act 1, you should have about 300 life and 25 of each elemental resistance. These are just general guidelines, but should make your Act 1 experience pretty comfortable. That's all for now. Like and subscribe for more Path of Exile Beginner School content.